Oh, good morning, sir. Are you ready to order?
The excellent challenge, please.
Sir, while I'm contractually bound by the law of this house to bring you the omelet, I strongly suggest ordering something else.
Bring me the omelet.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Under Controllers podcast. It is so great to see you today. I can't actually see you, but I am joined by Chase and Tyler. Go ahead and say hello, everybody.
Hey,
Wait.
So, something very interesting that you just watched. That skit is definitely has something to do with the video that is coming out Thursday, as Sims kind of alluded to in his 60-second news. That the Excellent Challenge video has been filmed and edited. It is ready to go out. It's going out this Thursday. So click the bell and be ready for when it goes live Thursday. Not sure what time, probably about 3 o'clock. So just go check that out. So I want to take a minute. Uh, Sims was not able to make the podcast tonight, but Tyler is here. So I definitely have some questions, Tyler. First and foremost, what was the worst part of eating the omelet?
it was either the eggs or the chili.
So
At,
obviously,
at first,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
go ahead. At first, it was like, this is fine, but the more you have to eat the same texture and just nasty consistency, the worse it got.
So pretty much, you would say it's just the flavor or more of like consistency or
It,
fatigue,
it is it's the richness of the omelet and the sweetness of the fruit. Like the fruit was great, but it was really filling,
right?
and just the richness of the chili is what really kills you.
Right. 4 cups of chili is a lot of chili.
Yeah, it's it's a god awful amount of chili.
Like as I was making it, I put the omelet into the thing, and I was like, "This looks great. Like I would love to eat this omelet." Then I put the chili on top of it, and I was like, "All right," and it's ruined now
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I really don't like chili like at all.
and just the sheer size of it is daunting. I was
What's
not prepared for it to be that big.
right? Hey Chase, you're getting a little feedback on your mic. I think you're okay though. Yeah, you're good
Uh,
now.
I, I was moving around.
Okay, that's what
You're
it is.
right.
Um, but I think that you and Sims did a great job at attacking it. Uh, I've only seen maybe 2 people in real life that have completed the challenge. Like I watched this one dude do it and he completed the challenge. I think I saw another guy. He did 24 eggs though, which was odd.
How many is it? It's just two. It's just a dozen, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a dozen, but for some reason he did 2
Yeah.
dozen eggs. I don't know. I think he just did the omelet though. Like I
Wow.
don't think he did the fruit or anything.
The fruit is really what kills you. You're like, oh, it's just a fruit bowl. It's 5 pounds of fruit.
Yes. Do you think you could have done it if it was watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew instead?
Maybe because those seem like they'd be less filling than what we have.
Yeah, because it's more straight water, or it's
Yeah,
very
it's more water content.
yeah very
Like
very
about
water
100 bucks.
heavy.
The banana texture was awful after you had to eat the omelet.
Yeah,
It's
and
like the mushiness of it is really what'll get to you.
yeah, I love. There's one clip we left in. I'm not gonna say it, but you do talk about bananas in one little clip that is absolutely
Yeah.
hilarious. That I made sure to leave in.
There are some really funny parts in it.
Oh yeah, we pretty much clipped every single funny part into the video. There's a handful of things that we had to leave out because they were a little NSFW, but
Yeah, and how long the video would have been.
yeah, the video, I mean, it's a full hour's length of video that we recorded. So I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
there's an hour's worth of content there. But like we said, we didn't cut, we just fast forward through most of it. So it's pretty great,
Yeah. It was definitely a challenge.
right?
I don't
Times
know
of
what
anything would be a challenge, though, to be honest.
true. I don't know if I'd do it again.
You don't think you'd try it again?
I wouldn't try that one again. I'll do another one. You know, content is king, and I'll do whatever.
I would love to do, and this is one that I mentioned that I said that I would do. I can't remember what video I mentioned it in, but I said that I would do the Waffle House challenge. Do you know what that is, Tyler? Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah,
I want
you
to do
stay
it
in a
so bad.
Waffle House for you stay in a Waffle House for 24 hours, and every pancake or waffle you eat
Takes an
takes
hour
away
off.
an hour.
I want to do that one so bad. Like, I think that that would be
That one
so much fun.
that seems so much easier than what I had to do.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Because like,
Titan suffered through.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I want to try and get 12 waffles down. 10 to 12 waffles is what I want to try and go for. Because
See,
go ahead.
it really just breaks down to how many waffles do you think you can eat fast?
Yeah, because like I, me and Emily went to a Waffle House probably about a month ago, and I ate a whole waffle like no problem. And the thing that kills me whenever I, go to Waffle House, I get a little bit of everything. I like a good sample. I have a waffle, bacon, sausage, hash browns, and that's all very very filling. But if you go with just waffles, I think I could get two down, at least for the first meal. I mean, no problem, and then it's a little bit
Only
more.
two?
I think I
You
could
don't
eat.
think you could eat more than two?
Dude, no, like, first meal, eat 2, like, back to back. Cause
Oh, I just tell them bring me a stack of 24 and see how many I can get through.
well, see if you don't well, I guess you could take them home with you. I was about to say, if you don't eat them, then you have to pay for all 24.
That's true, but I mean, also, are you really going to just only eat two and
Oh,
then be like,
absolutely
"Hey,
not.
can you bring me two more? Hey, can you
Yes.
bring me two more? Hey, can
Yes.
you bring me two more?"
Yes. Because I'm not going to eat them all at one go. Because if you eat them all, you don't wanna hit a wall, like, too soon is what I'm getting at.
No, but cold waffles aren't terrible.
No, but also they're plate sized.
Oh yeah, they are pretty big,
They're
aren't they?
that's what I'm getting at. They're not like Lego My Eggo size, they're like plate size waffles.
I
That's
just tell them bring me them jokers plain
and then
24.
and go light on the syrup is what I've learned since the last time I ate. Because normally I go heavy on syrup, go light on the syrup, just enough to give you a taste, but not too much.
See, I wouldn't do any syrup at all.
You just eat them dry, just straight dry.
I would get like chocolate chip ones and blueberry ones, and then just like 12 of each, and then just
Yeah,
see how many I can get through.
no, that's not a bad idea. Thing is, we
The
gotta
tactic is solid.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said the tactic is solid.
Yeah, I mean, either or. I think that would be pretty great though. Like I feel like that'd be a fun thing, just a fun boys' day. Just go see how many waffles you could eat.
Yeah, just spend a night in Waffle House.
Yeah, how many waffles do you think you could eat, Chase?
Uh, I don't know. Waffles a lot of flour in it.
Yeah, it's very
It is very
it's
starchy.
it's it's bread. It's
I don't
heavy
know if I. Also, I don't know if I want to order that many waffles
at one
from.
time.
No, just from their period.
Really? You don't like their waffles?
It's Waffle House, bro.
But yeah, it's Waffle
You
House.
get to making them do anything more than the bare minimum. They're gonna start putting food that you don't want in there.
Well, that's
I
why you
mean,
go 2 at a time.
you also can see them.
And hey, we go and we film it. One of two things is going to happen. Either someone's going to play music on the jukebox the whole time, therefore we can't use any of the footage, which we would just do voiceover. Or best case scenario, we capture another fight at a Waffle House.
Yeah, because that's really what you want to happen.
We get to watch someone catch a chair and throw it back at somebody. That's the best case scenario.
It's dinner in a theater. It's dinner theater, dinner in a show.
I mean, straight up, dude. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I think that and see, another thing you have to do is that if you end up staying, because see, like I'm thinking, eat 2, kind of chill for a little bit, chill for an hour or 2, eat 2 more, and just kind of go through it a little bit. Uh, One thing that you can do is you can like get up and go sit at the waiting area and just like, hey, yo, we're planning on staying here for a little while, but we're gonna order plenty of food throughout. So, you know, is it cool if and I saw another guy do it. I think you're allowed to like go outside and like sit outside, like you can't get in your car or anything, but like you can sit outside of the Waffle House because you don't really want to piss them off by staying in the restaurant for so long at one time and like taking up a seat that they could be filling with another customer.
Yeah, but if you're not just sitting there and
Yeah.
you're continuously ordering food,
Mhm.
then you are a customer.
Yeah, you're good at that point though.
Bring like a little portable table and set it up in the back of your truck
Yeah.
and just like eat outside.
Yeah, and like I see like
Go.
I think they would be less likely to allow that than they would just letting you sit there.
and also like I saw a guy like he took his Switch, like him and his friend, he took a Switch and they just like played Mario Kart for a little while. So I mean, we could do that. That'd be
Yeah.
entertainment.
Yeah.
Now it's
We'll
figuring
have
out. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tyler.
we'll just have to spitball it and see.
Yeah, and also it's figuring out which one do we want to do it at. Do we want to do it at the one of the two closest to where you live, or doing it to the one closer to where I live? Because if
There's one that's close to where you live?
yeah,
Where?
there's one in the city that you live in, Tyler, and then there's one in the other city that
Oh, you're talking about okay.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I forgot I live where I live at now.
You forgot you live where you live at?
Well, it's not that I forgot where I live. It's just that I forgot that you are talking about the one I was thinking of as a separate one than the one
Yeah,
that's close to
okay.
me.
Yeah, I got you. Cause see, there's two. I think there's two in the city that you live in, and then there's one in the city that you work in. There we go. How's that?
Yeah, I'm sure that there are way more than two of everything here. It's
I'm
a
not
big
sure.
city.
I'm not sure if there's more than two. I've never. I didn't even know there was two until recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Well, I mean, like of Waffle House. I didn't know if there were two Waffle House in the city that you live in until
Yeah.
recently.
It's not a Waffle House, dude. It's
It's
a
a
Waffle
Waffle
Home.
Home. Hey, it might be a Waffle Home if we end up spending a whole night there.
It's gonna be a waffle wrestling ring if you make them mad.
Oh yeah. Can I please get a waffle? Oh man. So Chase, you said that you were very excited about a new game that is being released. Chase,
With my wake up alarm going off right there, and to mute it. Sorry.
you're good.
Yeah, they leaked, or I guess showed the trailer for Budokai Tenkaichi 4, Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 4, and I think it's like over 20 years in the making. I don't know if they're exactly going with the name Budokai Tenkaichi 4 because I've seen it be called another name. I'd have to look up what it was. It was something zero.
Hmm. I didn't know if they even had another name for it.
Let's see.
I'm just gonna go and jump in while you're searching that up. I'm super excited because I played Budokai Tenkaichi 2 for hours upon hours upon hours whenever I was a kid, and I wanted to get 3 so bad, but by the time that I like realized that there was a third one, see, I wanted it for PlayStation 2 was the big thing. I probably could have got it for the Wii, but I really didn't want to have to contend with the motion controls playing it. So I really wanted it for the PlayStation 2, and by that point, the PlayStation 2 was kind of like non-existent. Of just nobody carried games for it anymore. So like you go to GameStop, they've got a very small selection, and Tenkaichi 3 is one of those games where it's like if someone finds it, they buy it like straight up. It's like I don't know what another game to compare it to. If it's like if someone saw that, they just bought it because it's just such a great game.
Okay, here. The name that it's published as in Japan is Dragon Ball Z Sparking Omega.
Well, that's about like any of the Japanese titles. If they have such a vastly different name than the one in America, it probably will be Tenkaichi 4 here if I had to guess.
Why would they name it Tenkaichi for here And not for Japan, because Tenkaichi is a Japanese word.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that Japan for all of Dragon Ball stuff, like all the movies are like have a vastly different name and like translate to something completely different than they do here in America. Cause and I think the reason they go with Budokai Tenkaichi is because that's the name of the tournament in the show.
Yeah,
The World Martial Arts Tournament, it's the Budokai Tenkaichi, I think is what it's called.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what it's actually called in the show.
So that's why they go with that name for the game, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Little history there on that. But I am okay, Chase. What is the one character? Because obviously they're probably going to do GT and Super, most likely. What is the one character you hope they add?
Uh, I kind of hope that they do more fusion characters like they did, and where like you can combine multiple different characters.
Yeah, I think that'd be
So
pretty
like,
cool.
yeah, like you have more variety. Like you could like more boo absorptions and more Patara fusions,
Hmm.
fusion dance characters.
Yeah, because I remember there was one. It might be Tenkaichi 3, or it might have just been a mod that somebody made for Tenkaichi 3. I remember seeing one of them fusing Tien and Yamcha, of them doing the fusion dance.
I don't remember if that's actually in the game or not, but either way, it's pretty cool. That'd be
Yeah.
nice to see them add.
See, like, and
Other
go ahead. I'm
other
sorry.
than that, a big character that I think that I'd just like them to see add is probably like Jiren or somebody.
Yeah. I would like to see them add a lot of the people from the Tournament of Power. I think that would be like more than just Jiren. Like I feel like they would be messing up if they added like Jiren and uh like uh what is Caulifla? Is that how you say her name?
Kale and Caulifla.
Yeah, or like if they just add those three characters, I feel like it'd be such a letdown if they add only those. Um, Honestly, I hope they add Whis and Beerus. I think that
Yeah,
would be, which I mean, I don't see them not adding Whis and Beerus.
I don't see how they wouldn't add them.
Yeah,
They've been in the last, what, 4 seasons or 5, 6 seasons of the anime.
all of Super, just about. Yeah,
Pretty much,
yeah,
Super pretty much revolves around them and what Goku and Vegeta are doing.
yeah, absolutely.
also it'd be nice to see just more of the transformations from them, like Beast Gohan, Super, or even some from Dragon Ball Heroes, like uh, Super Saiyan God Trunks,
Yeah,
Future Trunks.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty ballin'.
there was something I had in my mind that I want them to add back. I can't remember what it was, or I really hope that they would do. Oh, I really hope. So I remember in Tenkaichi 2, they had like alternate scenarios for some of the like this like what would have happened if this had happened. And I don't think that they were like original stories like at all. Or I mean, no. They were original stories to like the writers of the game, I think. Because like one of them was what if Raditz like hit his head and forgot who he was when he came to Earth instead of, just being evil.
Oh
Uh
yeah, what if
what
scenario?
one of them was like Zarbon stealing the Dragon Balls for himself so he could wish for eternal beauty or eternal youthfulness or something like that. And I think those were the only two. But I would love. No, there was one more. There was one more. Like, what if Majin Buu didn't resurrect whenever he was supposed to?
Yeah.
Um, I think that adding like I can't remember what they called them. I think it was just like alternate scenarios of all of the just all. I think that's something I really want to see of them just doing like, hey, what would have happened if this happened instead of this? I think I want to see some more of those alternate scenarios.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Marvel what ifs. I
Exactly,
believe that's
exactly.
what they were called, what if
It
scenarios.
is.
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah, the show's called What If. It's really good.
I think that if they took that and applied that to and they were part of like the story mode of like you had your normal story and then you had your what if stories. I think that would be really great to see that implemented back into the game. So I that's probably the one thing I hope they add back. I believe
Yeah.
Chase is muted again, so he must be fiddling with his mic. I was gonna say, um, one character that I hope they add, honestly, I would like to see them add Cell Max and Gamma 1 and 2. I think that would be really cool to see, which they
Yeah,
probably will add those anyway, if I
probably
had to
so.
guess. 'Cause see, that was another thing that I really, really liked about that is that they added in the movies too. Now, most of the time it was like for the like part of the story mode, because like you'd have the Saiyan saga and it would be like 10 chapters or more than that. I think it was like 15 or 20 chapters to go through the whole Saiyan saga, and then the same thing with the Frieza saga. Of it was like 20 or 30 chapters to get through the whole thing. The movies would have like 3 chapters, and it would literally be 3 fights, and that was it. So, honestly, I think it would be really great to see them add all of the new movies in. I would love to see that added into the game as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, also scenarios, like with the what if scenarios, more of those. Definitely be a good idea. Seeing manga specific characters that haven't showed up in Dragon Ball Super yet. Also,
I'm
like
wondering how they're gonna handle
Moro.
that. Because honest I bet you they're gonna do it DLC. They'll do it DLC based
they probably will.
of
I mean,
is
they're probably out of man.
because aren't they writing the next season of Super right now? Like, to come out in like, animated?
I think it is supposed to come out sometime this year. Dragon Ball
Because
Super.
I know they had talked about stopping at the Tournament of Power because we were all scared that after the Tournament of Power, it was gonna be it, but then, they started writing the manga for the next arc, the Moro arc. So, I think that that's probably what's gonna happen. This game's gonna come out, and then whenever they animate the next arc of the manga, I think then they'll add it back in to, or add them in as DLC. Because see, that's something that they didn't have with, excuse me, that they didn't have on the PlayStation 2 for, Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3 is that they didn't have DLC, so everything that was in the game was in the game.
Wasn't really
Yeah,
a
they
big.
just gave you what you got.
Yeah.
Or different times back then for sure.
What were you gonna say, Tyler?
I said games back then really didn't do DLC that much.
Yeah, I mean, there was no way to, unless I guess they added a disc, I don't know.
I mean, they had internet for those consoles. It's just it wasn't as prevalent as it is now.
Right, right. So I think that, and see, that's another thing is that we'll have continued support of Tenkaichi 4. They'll, I mean, you see what they're doing with fighters. I mean, they release a new character every now and again, and the community gets really hyped about it.
I think
Yeah.
they're done with fighters DLC characters.
Really, I didn't know about that.
I don't think they're releasing anymore.
Well, Tenkaichi 4 is about to come out, so I think everyone would swap over to it. I wonder if they're going. I hope that they don't change from the way that the game was played, because you played like Budokai 3 and like the Budokai franchise. I think, well, more so Budokai and Budokai 3. They were fighting games of you had limitable space that you could fight within, and you had stuff that could happen in the fight, but it was always more of a fighting game of more akin to like Mortal Kombat, except you could go up in the air and things. Um, Tenkaichi has always been open world of, and when I say like in the fight of the maps are huge. Like there is a boundary to the map, but the map is humongous that you can move here and move there, and you can actually run from your opponent because that's a concept in some of the missions of they're called survival missions, and you just have to survive for like 3 minutes. So you literally just have to run from the enemy for 3 minutes. And I hope that they keep that. And it's more akin to like Xenoverse. I think Xenoverse is very 1 and 2. I think they're very open world, like in the fight scene, from what I remember. So when you're actually fighting somebody, so I hope that they retain that in Tenkaichi 4.
Yeah, I think they've been getting a lot more into the free roam aspect of stuff recently, like with Dragon Ball The Breakers
Mm.
and
Kakarot
Dragon Ball Z
also kind of does
Kakarot.
that, right?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot has a free roam aspect to it, kind of like along the same line as Xenoverse
Right.
in that kind of game.
So I just hope that they don't change that they stick with it. You know what's surprising me about fighters? I'm surprised it never really got picked up, which I guess you got Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter to contend with, but I was gonna say I'm surprised it never really got picked up for like uh E-League.
No, they definitely do play it.
Really?
Yeah, it's, like pretty wild in there. I ain't gonna
I'll have to
lie.
see if I can find it. One of my
Yeah,
favorite moments. Go ahead, Chase. I'm sorry.
they have. It's some of like the same people too that we've seen in the fighting game community too.
Yeah.
Plus, plus with Dragon Ball Z, and so there's a bunch of Japanese people that play it too because it's Dragon Ball.
Right. Of course. One of my
There's like
favorite
so many people that come over.
one of my favorite moments from playing fighters, because whenever I was in college, I would go hang out with my roommate, not my roommates, with my friends that lived on campus. I didn't live on campus, but I go hang out with my friends that lived on campus, and they had bought the game, and we would just play it all the time. I loved it. Um, one of the times we were fighting, I always picked Goku, Vegeta, and Hit. Those were my three characters that I always picked. And I was playing as Vegeta, and I had to pause for some reason. And I paused as someone had like punched me, and Vegeta went down, and he was literally in a scorpion position of how he hit the ground. While and I just so happened to pause it at the perfect time of it paused with the Vegeta scorpion in a scorpion, and I finished talking on the phone, and then I took a picture of it because I thought it was so funny that I paused at just the perfect time.
Yeah, I played in whenever. Let's see. I can't remember exactly when it came out, but I played around the time that Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 came out,
Hmm.
and there was like 100% combo you could do with just base Goku.
Hmm.
You could like downslide into like a block key blast, and then you could level 3 Spirit Bomb somebody, and it was a 100% KO.
Jeez,
Wow.
It was beautiful.
that sounds like the
But I
type of
always
thing
put
that
like
you would do.
Yeah, it sounds like the kind of BS you into.
I, wa- I always like playing like Broly, Hit, and sometimes Gohan or Goku, just depended. I'd swap them out in and out.
I think my final, what I ended up with, I would use Beerus, Hit, and Goku. I think were the three that I landed on that I really liked fighting with.
Yeah.
I also liked that aspect of the game of it's not just you have three characters, and which I guess I was gonna say because like Mortal Kombat, it's best 2 out of 3. I like just having three characters, so even if you're on your last character, you stand a chance to come back. I mean, not a very good chance, but you stand a chance to come back.
The Naruto games have three characters in them too, but I think it's also 3 rounds.
I
Like you
never,
make a team and then you
yeah,
pretty much can like play as the whole team.
I never played any of them, but I do remember, like, some of my friends at Jones playing those. Or yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I like them. They're pretty fun.
Oh yeah, the Naruto games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty wild. They've added so many characters to the new Naruto's. Like they have
Hmm.
like almost every single person from Boruto in it too.
Yeah.
And Boruto's manga's getting pretty close to their time skip like they did in Naruto Shippuden.
Are they gonna do Boruto Shippuden?
I don't know if it's actually going to be called that, but I think it is going along that line because it's reaching a point in the manga where the beginning of the show, when Kawaki and Boruto are fighting,
Yeah.
it's reaching that point.
Hmm.
Like it's escalating very quickly to that point.
Yeah.
Like in the manga, we already know what happens to Naruto and Hinata, and why
Mhm.
Kawaki says at the beginning of it, I'm going to send you to the same place that I sent the seventh Hokage, which is Naruto.
Hmm.
It's wild. I love it. It's like manga is really progressing to such a good point that you're able to see so much more than the anime. And I think like the only anime that's going pretty close to the manga is One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece
One
has
Piece
like
has been going on
I
for
think,
like
I think One Piece,
37,000 ever, so
I think One Piece has like 5% filler episodes.
I think it's less than that, to
It's
be
like
honest.
it's and there's like 20 filler episodes out of the 1,000 there are.
Man, if only
So,
every other anime ever could be like that.
no, because then you'd be in the place you are. If you want to watch One Piece, you gotta watch all the episodes,
Well,
and
see,
nobody's gonna do that.
well, see, if it was, if it wasn't, 1,000 episodes, you get what I mean. If every other anime
Yeah,
wasn't like that, because
yeah. I wish One Piece wasn't so long because I really want to watch it, but I don't have the time to watch literally 900 episodes of an anime.
I was gonna say, Tyler, didn't you tell me that isn't like half of Naruto Shippuden filler?
Yeah, most of it is filler.
So,
There's a lot of things you can do.
so there's
So,
what
like, go ahead.
I was gonna say. There's 600 episodes in total of Naruto, or is that just Shippuden?
I think it's I think it's total. I'm not quite sure.
So half of Naruto Shippuden, that's like 100 episodes at least, probably that you could just
And,
cut from the anime, if not
and
more.
most of Naruto Shippuden, you don't even really need to watch the original Naruto.
So see, that knocks it down to like 500, maybe less episodes. Whereas One Piece, you do have 1,000. So
You
most
could
animes
literally,
aren't like One Piece.
yeah, you could literally just jump to Shippuden, and you would more than likely pretty much know what's going on.
Right.
Because anime suffers from the thing where there's 1,000 flashbacks anytime somebody's struggling with a fight or
Yeah.
any kind of moral decision. It flashes back their entire life, and you're like, "Oh, okay, I get it now."
Yeah. Inuyasha is really bad about doing that. I guess it's to help new viewers come in at any time is the reason why they do that. But like I noticed it in Inuyasha because especially whenever I had COVID the first time, I watched a
Mhm.
lot. I think I got through 2 seasons of it just like like that, just in a week. And watching
Mhm.
through it, it's like, okay, how many times are you gonna tell what happened in season one? I get it. I've been here since the beginning. And it's like by the time you see that, and it's like every 10 episodes,
Yeah,
somebody recaps what's going on or what has happened to get them to this point. It's like, I've been here since the beginning. Like I know, and I guess I've landed on that. That's what it's for. It's for the people that have just started watching, so you can come in at any time and be like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, I see what's going on here.
I think it's because
Like,
they I think it's because they're not meant to be binge watched.
Maybe
They're
so.
meant to be
Weekly,
watched
yeah, coming out weekly.
weekly
Yeah,
on Tsunami, you know.
yeah. That
But
must be. Yeah, I can see that too.
like you watch Minato and Kushina die so many times in Naruto. Like almost every 10 episodes, Naruto has a flashback to when the Nine Tails killed his parents, and you're like, bro,
I get it.
I can only care so much. Like, please, I know your mom and dad died. I know you have a demon fox in you. Start punching people, please. Like, get to it.
Please start punching people, please.
It's not like
not,
Dragon Ball
it's
Z
not that
where,
bad.
where Goku's entire motive is like, you want these hands? You can get the smoke. And Naruto is like, you want to fight? Let's talk about it first.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the only time it really shows Minato and Kushina are like 3 different episodes, and it's from 3 different perspectives. Basically, it's from Minato's perspective.
No, bro. I distinctly remember seeing his parents die like 3 times in Naruto, 1 time in Shippuden. Then he talks to his mom. Then he talks to it. Oh, I think he talks to his mom first, and then he talks to his dad inside him somehow because they left chakra in him, so that when he needed advice, he would see them. And it's just aggravating that they keep showing it.
I mean, it's a big plot point in Naruto, though,
It is, but like
because
if you've
there's
seen
more information that unfolds each time that you see it.
Yeah.
because it's like one point in time you're like, oh my god, this Madara guy, he's crazy, he's swapping hands and taking control of the Nine Tails and Bush, and Minato has to try to stop him. And then it
Hmm.
progresses to after that, you learn about Kakashi and his team 7 with Ren and Obito, and you're like,
And then,
and
and
then
then and then
eventually
you
it gets to the
see
point where you're like, Obito was actually pretending to be Madara because Madara saves him from the cave. Spoiler.
and then you see Minato absolutely smoke that boy with a Rasengan.
You get more information in each flashback.
Yeah, but
It's kind of like how
it takes up like my gripe with it is that it takes up the whole episode, and then you're like, well, I would have liked to learn something else other than seeing the same 20 minutes of something I've already seen with 5 extra minutes of information.
I think it kind of follows the same line. I think in every anime there's that one thing that does that. Like
Yeah.
it's there's always, especially there's one fight in usually all anime that takes like 45,000 ever to complete.
Oh, you mean Goku versus
Mhm.
Frieza?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or uh Hiruzen versus Orochimaru. I think
Yep.
it's like there's literally like 3 episodes of them just holding each other
Mm-hmm. Just
while a
yelling at each
Shinigami
other.
rips out both of their souls.
Yep. It's pretty crazy.
I was trying to write that while you guys were talking about it so that I didn't interrupt you guys, but I didn't know how to
What?
spell Naruto.
You don't know how to spell Naruto?
I've never watched it. No, Tyler, this is what I did. I was going to hold this up while you guys were talking.
Hold on, you're froze. I'm watching you load. You're not loading. I'm looking at a black screen with a scroll bar.
It's just literally a piece of paper that says I've never watched Naruto.
Yeah, that's all it says.
Uh,
I was, and I said, and that's what I was telling Chase is that I only did that because I didn't want to interrupt you guys while you were talking. Oh man,
There are definitely just really good anime. I think everybody has their own opinions and stuff on it.
Oh, I love Naruto. Like,
No.
Naruto's my favorite anime.
So when I was a kid, the only reason I didn't watch it is because I thought it was a Dragon Ball Z ripoff. Is the reason I didn't watch it whenever I was a kid. Same
Mm-hmm.
reason that I didn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid because I was like, man, this Pokemon ripoff. I don't want to watch this. But you know, I like Yu-Gi-Oh a lot now. The whole anime. And
Yeah.
also, I know that I would like Naruto if I sat down and watched it. It's just like, when do I have the time?
See, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to look up a list of like the best episodes of
Minus filler and
like
everything.
maybe 20 or 30 episodes and be like, all right, Jake,
Here you
watch
go.
a couple of these.
Dude,
Because
you
the
better
fights
just
in
look it up.
Naruto are awesome.
I know that I will like it. I know for a fact that I will love the show. It's just I don't have the time because, like, I work a regular 9 to 5. I work that, and then I come home, and on Mondays I stream, on Thursdays I stream, Wednesdays I'm at church, Tuesdays and Fridays are like the only 2 days I really have any free time, and like I said, sometimes that goes towards editing a video. Sometimes I'm having to work on work if I have to bring some home. It's just, and then
Well, it sounds like Tuesdays and Fridays should be Naruto Day to me.
if I can
I tell you what,
convince Emily to let's watch it, because see, and she's very picky with her animes because like she doesn't want to watch Dragon Ball Z or like
Well,
um
she'd cry too much during Naruto.
she would like it. I don't know.
Hell, dude, I cried during Naruto when
I,
it
yeah,
keeps
for real.
showing his parents dying over his little baby body. I'm like, stop.
yeah, I remember you said that you cried a couple times during Naruto. I don't know. I might could convince her to watch that one because like she doesn't want to watch Dragon Ball Z because it's all about fighting and everything. Um, we started watching Outlaw Star, and she was kind of like halfway, like, it's. She wasn't too sure about it. Um, excuse me. I know I've showed her Cowboy Bebop, which is one of my favorite animes ever, and she really wasn't too into it. I think it was because it's space western is why it's space western fused with noir, and she kind of just wasn't into that one. What is the other one that I've showed her? There's only a handful that we've watched together, like that, and it's more of ones that she picked. Because like I know that we watched SAO, which I was all for watching the first season. First season's great. After that, kind of boring. Don't really care for it. Uh, then we watched Your Lie in April, which is
It's a slice of life anime.
it's interesting. She didn't like Fairy Tale, so we couldn't watch Fairy Tale.
I wonder why she didn't like Fairy Tale.
You know why? You were there.
I wonder why.
You
put my
you
finger
were.
on it. I'd like to put my hands on it, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
I was about to say you know for a
That's two
fact
big
why she didn't
reasons.
like it.
What?
I believe it's 2 big reasons.
No, it's more than 2.
But y'all should go watch Monster Masume, or is that what it's called, Tyler?
I think it's Monster Masumo or something.
What's
Yeah,
that one?
Monster
Is
Masume.
It's just an anime where a dude has a harem full of monster women.
oh, she would love that one too, huh?
Dude,
Yeah.
so-
Tyler, what was that one?
It's actually really funny though. Is the funny part.
It's a good anime, but it's very boob heavy.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't like that at all. Tyler, what is that one that you and I watched back in the day whenever we were driving places that we watched like 3 episodes and I never saw it again. It's like these people, or like the 3 main characters, are on like a task force for fighting monsters or something, and like I can't remember. They're like a task force for fighting monsters.
Does it have a dude wearing like a green checkered suit?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's Kimetsu no Yaiba.
No. That's Demon. No, that's Demon Slayer. No, it's not Demon Slayer.
Is it not Demon Slayer?
No, it wasn't Demon Slayer.
3 people in a monster hunting
It might not.
task
It might
force?
not be 3. It might be more than that. I'm trying to remember. And like one, I can't remember. I think it's the main dude.
You don't have to give me more details.
I think the main dude has like a monster inside of him, and if it's kind of like a Naruto situation. If he lets him run free,
Was
like, he would just kill.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Huh?
Was it Jujutsu Kaisen?
If you send me a picture of it, send me a picture of the characters, and I can tell you, because I was really interested in it, and I really wanted to watch it, and I never got to watch it again after that.
Does he have like red, shaggy hair and have to eat fingers?
Red pinkish hair, and he eats fingers.
I can't remember. I don't think he ate fingers. Not the episodes that I watched.
I think he eats a finger in the first episode. So
I can't remember.
Do you remember anything else about it?
I'm trying so hard. I remember one place gets, it's like, and if they find a monster in a place, they like evacuate and they call these people in, and I cannot remember. I've been thinking about it though. It's like I cannot remember what the name of that anime was.
No, it's not Jujutsu Kaisen, man.
I cannot remember.
Bro, I'm gonna have to look up animes to see what you were talking about.
Yeah, I cannot remember.
my boy talking about Mob Psycho.
I think that's
know
it,
wasn't Mob
actually.
Psycho. No, it wasn't Mob Psycho because I never watched Mob Psycho.
Okay, never mind then.
But I have no idea, bro.
It's a newer one, I think, because I remember you telling me that it was a new anime that it must have just come out like 19 or 20 or 21 maybe.
I'm pretty sure it was Jujutsu Kaisen.
I cannot remember the name. Just send me a picture of what it looked like, and I might can tell you. It is very dark though. Like, it's a very dark anime, kind of.
Freaking send pictures in Discord. Okay, I
It
figured it out.
was next to it.
Let me look and see.
Are you trying to send it in the recording chat
No.
or in general?
Did it not freaking save that picture of Jujutsu Kaisen? No, I'm just trying to send it in the
Wait.
chat.
Why don't I just wait? What? I'm dumb. Why don't I just look it up? Hang on.
Here, you could just look up
How do you-
Jujutsu Kaisen.
How do you
and then
spell that?
Jujutsu.
Oh, okay, here it is. Yep.
I feel like it might have been Jujutsu Kaisen, but also probably wasn't.
I think it is.
Because there's been like 2 or 3 times I've tried to watch Jujutsu Kaisen and just didn't finish it.
I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is it.
Jujutsu Kaisen has one of my favorite anime moments of all time in it, and it's when that big old guy with the black hair is talking to, man, I can't remember their names in there, but he's talking to the main character guy, and he goes, "What's your preference in women?" And the main character goes, "I like a woman with a nice plump butt." And they just like, he goes, "You are now my brother."
Is it on Crunchyroll?
I think
it
so.
is, yeah.
I'm gonna have to go watch an episode of it and confirm or deny if that's it. I think that's it because I vaguely remember that dude. Yeah.
It's
That motherfucker
hilarious.
has
Now that I've seen it.
that motherfucker has the craziest ability too. It's like every time he claps, it's called, I think it's called the Boogie Woogie or something. I don't even know. It has some weird name.
Yeah.
But every time he claps, he can change places with somebody or
Yeah.
some object, or he can change
Yeah,
some
I knew that.
different person and a different object. I don't know. It's wild.
That is I love anime so much.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Boogie Woogie.
That's the name of his signature attack, I guess.
Their teacher Gojo, he has a crazy ability. Dude, he has a crazy ability because they have these things called they're called domain expansions basically, and you create like a plane of existence that you control within your own ability. But his family comes from a family of people who have a domain expansion called infinite domain, and you can't really use it unless you have his eyes basically. I can't
Right.
remember what his eyes are called. He has a special set of eyes. And so the way domain expansions kind of work are the more you the less restrictions you have on it, the harder it is for somebody to escape your domain expansion.
Mhm.
So like his floods you with, he has infinite knowledge, basically omniscience in there. So it floods the person that's in its mind with infinite knowledge for every second, basically.
Oh wow.
And the problem with that is it shuts down people's motor functions because
Yeah.
it's an overload of their sensory abilities.
Yeah.
So them getting all that knowledge and it being possible for them to escape, but also impossible at the same time, makes it basically impossible for for anybody to escape.
Yeah.
Or,
No, I
I
mean,
don't know. It's very, very. They're so weird. Like all the domain expansions, so hard to explain.
There's an unspoken rule in anime. It's just like if this dude has white spiky hair, he's probably the most OP guy you've ever seen in your life.
most likely, yeah. I mean, take Goku Ultra
Don't
Instinct.
mess with old men that look feeble, and don't mess with nobody with white hair.
I love that. I love that frigging that meme or that video you sent me that one time, Tyler, of the two guys. They're gonna go in and rob a bank, and then the one dude's like, "What about that guy over there?" He's like, "No, he's an old man, and he's got like some kind of special spiky hair or something." He's like, "I'm
Yeah.
telling you, we don't need to mess with him." And the other's like, "No, I'm just gonna go I'm just gonna go rob him." He said, "Dude, we are in an anime. I'm pretty sure, and this is the first episode. You about to get smacked down."
Yeah, we're about to be the demonstration of that dude's power if you
Yeah.
keep messing around.
And then the friend's like, "No, I got this." And then yeah, they get stomped. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, every anime's got that one old dude that's like God just walking around.
There's an old guy in Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if he's OP or not. He's just like an old guy. He looks like an old like monk. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain him. He's like a really old guy, really long white hair, and he is incredibly deceptive on what his ability is. Because when that motherfucker goes to fight, he pulls out an electric guitar and starts playing it. Like, what the fuck is
Styling on
this?
the haters right there.
I'm like,
Styling
what
on
in the
them.
world,
Exactly
bro?
what he's doing.
That's that classic move where you do one thing every time you use your power, and then they're like, "Oh, you can't do the one thing, so you can't use your power." And then the character says, "I was just doing that to trick you the whole time." It's like he doesn't really need that guitar to use his power. He just does it to trick people.
Makes you think that the guitar is the source of his power.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Goodness gracious. So, I've got a interesting quote that I heard or that I read this week. It came across on my Instagram. And this dude made a tweet. I'm not sure who he is. His name on Twitter is Nick Merckx, and what he said, I don't know. He is a gamer. I thought that he was just like like he legit is a gamer. I thought he might have just be a random person that decided to jump on Twitter and think that he was all cool and everything and say things. But no, he's a gamer. And he said, reminder that keyboards are for typing emails. Video games are to be played with a controller. What
So
what
he's wrong.
what are your guys' take on that?
I think Nick Merckx was a member of FaZe at one point in time.
That might be
He's
who.
wrong. He's
I'm not
wrong and bad at video games. My opinion is if you're playing a Souls game, use a controller. If you're playing anything else, mouse and keyboard's fine. Honestly, it's preference.
Yes, that's kind of what I was thinking. Chase, do you have what is your take on that?
Well, if it's supported, if it's a game that's supported with mouse and keyboard, you should. I feel like it's more beneficial for you to use it in most cases, like especially with FPS shooters
Mhm.
or FPS games. For tactical games, probably stick
Shooters
to
are,
controller.
shooters are so much. Shooters are so much easier with mouse and keyboard because it just becomes point and click.
Right. Right.
And
Simulator, what I like to call it.
yeah, and any kind of RPG game that's not a shooter, like not FPS or not a shooter,
Right.
you're gonna want to use a controller just
Right.
because using mouse and keyboard to roll in Dark Souls is god awful.
You just got to know how to do it right.
No, just imagine that. You have to use WASD to move, and then you also have to use your pinky to roll. So you're
Nah.
constantly rolling with your pinky.
No, you don't have to do that.
Okay, what are you
You
going to do then, Jay?
you're talking to the guy that played Jedi Fallen Order, which is like a Souls game on mouse and keyboard. I played the entire game on mouse and keyboard. And what you do is you take turn my mouse off so I don't accidentally mess something up. What you do, you take these little side buttons right here on the side of your mouse right here. You
Jake,
you program roll to double click this. Is how you do that.
Jake, I'm going to smack you so hard. Your grandkids are going to feel it.
To be honest, a lot of I don't. Well, actually, I don't know. I
That's
think a
also
lot of the like Soulsborne games are speed ran on mouse and keyboard. I'm not 100% sure though.
They probably are, but it's more comfortable to use a controller with a game like that.
no, I absolutely
Casual
agree.
games.
Like
I think a
Go
good thing
off,
is for
Queen.
casual
Go-
games, it's best to use a mouse or to use controller. For competitive games,
play with
it's
a
best
mouse and keyboard. Yes.
But
Go
go
ahead.
off, Queen. Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think. I say of if it's preference. Like I said, the only reason that I played all of Jedi Fallen Order on mouse and keyboard is because I didn't have my Elite controller yet, or the controller that a guy I work with let me borrow to play on PC. So I was stuck with mouse and keyboard. Now, would I play Dark Souls with mouse and keyboard?
Hey,
Absolutely not. Absolutely
hey,
not. That's the worst idea ever.
hey! I hate to break it to you. Xbox controllers work on PCs.
No, I know. Yeah, I know that I didn't want to use the Xbox controller I have on the PC
Why?
because I didn't have a cord to hook to it.
Well, uh, yes, you do.
I do, but it's like 3 feet long.
Okay.
Mine's not.
Your PC also has Bluetooth, buddy.
No, it doesn't. we figured that out.
It
Remember?
doesn't?
No,
Oh yeah, his button.
What did yours have?
Forgot about
Okay.
that.
mine wasn't. My pre-built didn't come, or if it is, no, it doesn't because I looked in the settings and it's like it doesn't turn on or something. I don't like. There's not even an option to turn it on. Also,
Yeah, it doesn't have the adapter for it.
I don't even know if this one. Cause see, this is like the old Xbox One. Like this isn't like
Well, all you have to do is get a Type C plug-in and just plug it in.
no. See, this one's not even Type C. This is the old
You can
one.
use you're gonna use micro USB on it too.
Yeah,
Why are you trying to use that?
because it was the only one I had at the time. Now I use this.
No, it's not the only one you had at the time. You have an Xbox One.
This is an Xbox One controller.
That one shouldn't take micro USB. Do they take micro
it does.
USB?
The old Xbox One controllers were micro USB.
Bro, I bought the first Xbox. Mine didn't come with Uno.
How? My Xbox, the first one I bought was micro USB.
Listen to me, Jake. I was making a joke.
Oh, okay, all right.
Hear
Oh,
what I said?
oh yeah.
I bought the first Xbox. Mine didn't come with
Mine
Uno.
didn't come with Uno. It all comes with Uno. It's a free game. No, mine didn't come with it.
I've had an Elite controller for so long, I forgot that they had the micro USB.
Yeah. But see,
Because I bought the first Elite controller, and I've had one ever since.
Yeah.
I just forgot to have that.
yeah, see, and this is the one that this is a Razer Wolverine, I think is what it's called. This is what the guy that I work with, he let me borrow. It's basically an Xbox controller, but it's actually micro USB, weirdly enough, which is so strange. It's micro USB.
Micro USB sucks, dude.
But personally, I like the feel of this controller better than the Elite controller. It just feels a little bit better.
The reason I don't like micro USB is because they break so easy.
They do. They really do.
They'll work fine for like 2 weeks, and then you'll go to plug it in, and it just won't work.
Yeah. That's why this one I pretty much just have to use batteries for. I mean, either that or get a charging station, which I used to have, but I don't know what happened to it.
I remember for years, me and Chase would try to use micro USBs to charge controllers, and every single time it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Or you have to hold it
They
in a.
even created more problems inside the controller, to be honest.
It did.
Well, see, I like that they swapped over to USB-C, and I think that that's kind of what we're moving towards, of a standardized everything is USB-C. Of like I think
I love that too because USB is so good. USB-C is so good.
the only thing that ticks me off is that Apple won't conform. Apple has to make a problem and sell a solution.
Did. Yes, Apple did. You just gotta buy the new phone.
What now?
Yes, Apple did. You just gotta buy the new phone.
Have they converted? Which one did they convert? Which one did they?
Ever since the 11, they've had.
Really?
Yes, you have an iPhone 8.
I don't think Emily's is. Hang on.
Hers might not be, but mine was a 12.
Yeah, you had a 12 though.
That was only USB-C on one side.
No, they're USB-C.
That was a lightning cable, 95%. But
I had the phone, son, and I bought the fast charger for it. I know what kind of plug-in it's got. I'm like 100% sure the 12 had a Type C plug-in.
iPhone 12, lightning to USB.
Are you serious?
It was USB-C on one side. It's USB-C on one side for quicker charging, and then it runs to a lightning cable on the side.
That's so fucking stupid.
I'm telling you, Apple creating a problem and selling a solution goes right hand in hand with the same thing of they're going to make a foldable phone in 2 years and act like it's the best thing ever and that they invented it.
When I literally have a folding phone in my hand.
Yep. Like I said, that's what Apple does. Also, not to mention they frigging have the dumbest
have a Type C? That's so stupid.
Well, see, like I said, Apple likes to have a problem to sell a solution. But I think in Europe they're forcing Apple, like if they sell a phone in Europe, they're forcing it to be a USB-C because I think that they're forcing a common like USB
Yeah, they
type.
need to do that. And Apple fucking loves their dongles.
Yep, Apple likes to be Apple. Like I said, the only reason I think at this point the only reason I honestly have an iPhone is because of the comfort of I just know how it works. So I'm scared to switch.
Oh, don't give me that excuse. Android phones are just as easy to use as iPhones. There's literally no difference.
Well, see, the thing is like I'll use my phone and it's so easy, and then I use my parents' phone. I'm like, why does your phone work the way it does? I hate it.
Your phone is not the same kind of phone I'm talking about.
It's a Samsung.
Yeah, but it's one of those like weird ass interfaces. Mine is exactly like
Yours, I will say, yours is a lot better
mine
than
is so
theirs.
similar to a freaking iPhone.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like I honestly kind of want to like swap to the fold phone, like that. Like whenever I swap phones inevitably again, that'll probably be either that one. That's a strong contender. Either that or just a Galaxy. Honestly.
Dude, I honestly I might keep a folded phone forever. Like I don't even think I want to go back to iPhone.
The only thing is that the iPhone's camera is only getting better, and
So is this one's really good too. That used to be what Apple was all crazy about,
was the
and
camera.
like, what was the like? This is why you want an iPhone.
Yeah.
They don't like that no more. Every phone has a good camera. Every
Yeah.
phone has a good operating system. Every phone does this. Every phone does that. The only reason people like Apple is because it's got that little symbol on the back of it, and they think they made money because they spent $1,400 on a phone.
Yeah. I'm
When
like
the phone I'm holding was $1,800, but you don't hear me say nothing about it.
the thing that I hate the most about Apple is the fact that you have to go through iTunes for music. That's always been the thing that makes me so mad about Apple is that I already
Well, guess
bought the
what? I
song.
don't have to do.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with iTunes. Because for me,
But
it's like,
everything you did buy on iTunes, you can just download iTunes on this phone.
oh, dude, really?
Yes,
I was
that's
gonna
how.
say
Look, Jake, when I bought this phone, you download iTunes to it
and
to
get the music.
download your to download your account, your like Apple account
Yeah.
to bring all your contacts and your info and all your
Oh, I got you.
passwords.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It literally just changed the user face. That's it. It
Okay.
saved everything else.
To see what I was gonna say is that if I already own an album that I bought on CD and moved it to my computer on a Galaxy, you can literally just move it over. Also, it's so much easier to move photos to and from because heck, you saw how hard me and Sims worked to get the frigging excellent challenge off of his phone onto my computer. I think we spent like an hour just trying to get it to move over because Apple is so aggravating to deal with.
You want to know the easiest way to do it?
What's that?
Download Dropbox.
Either that or use we figured out that you can use Dropbox. I think you have to pay for because I looked into that. I think uh Google Docs is free. You can upload it to Google, not Google Docs, but Google Drive.
Okay. Well, no, Dropbox doesn't cost money. It's free.
Is
You
it
just
free?
have to pay. Yeah,
You
you
have to
just
pay
have
for
to.
like a seat.
Exactly. You got to pay for data increases. Like
Okay.
if you want it to hold a terabyte, you got to pay for it. But
Pay a price for terabyte.
it'll hold up to a certain amount.
Okay.
And
I didn't
all
realize
you're
that.
doing is if all you're doing is using it to transfer, you just move it to Dropbox, move it off of Dropbox, and then delete it on Dropbox.
Yeah. Yes. Because that's exactly what I've been doing with Google Drive. Is that just move it to Google Drive, send Sims the link, and then he can download the video, and then just delete it off after that.
Yeah. Well,
That's
if that works, then I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, that's the easiest thing we figured out to use right now. But because originally I looked into Dropbox and I was looking at it and it said it had like a paid subscription. I thought is what it was. So that's the only reason
It
it turned me
has
away from it.
one, but it's not like mandatory.
Yeah,
I just
I
like
forgot
my
what
phone.
it was.
I've had it for years.
what's that? Google
I,
Drive.
li- I said I just like my phone.
Oh,
I've
you're
had it for years.
yeah.
See, I've been kicking around the idea of going back to iPhone, but honestly, I don't really think I'm gonna.
I wouldn't honestly. If you broke the cycle and got away from it, I would stay away from it.
Because Apple, They never have anything new. They release a new phone every single year. It's no different than the last one. They always have some BS firewall you got to jump over to even do anything on your phone. And this phone literally feels no different than my 12.
Yeah.
It's faster. It's got a screen that folds, which is the future and awesome.
You can basically game on it.
You can game on it.
You can't do that crap on an iPhone
Nope.
or a Mac for
So,
that matter.
yeah. Unless iPhone comes out with some crazy BS for the 14, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah. That's the
I
only
doubt
thing.
they are.
That's the only thing that's tying me to an iPhone is like the camera and the fact of like comfort of it's the only type of phone I've ever had, so I really don't want to switch.
Have I not showed you the camera on this phone?
I think once or twice maybe,
It has a 4K camera.
because I know it's got a really good camera.
Yeah, it has 4K camera.
That might be the next thing that we swap to, that I swap to. Finished my first Nuzlocke. That's what I was gonna say. If you guys were there
Yeah.
for that stream, that was wonderful. I've actually spent a good chunk of the day working on a script for that video. For that. So as soon as as soon as I get done with the script, I can record that and make it into a video. So I'm really excited to do that. I think that's the next thing that is down the pipe for the Noble 7 channel, as far as that and the Twitch stream.
Yeah, also been doing shorts over on my channel.
Oh yes, we will put the link to that in the description below. The link to Chase's channel. He's been posting a lot of shorts. They're really funny. There are a lot of old clips from back in the day from where we used to play Destiny and all sorts of stuff together. So we're just having a good time with that. I'll be streaming again Monday, 7 o'clock. Come hang out if you want to. Link in the description below. The link to Chase's channel will be in the description below. Also, his channel is listed on just on the YouTube channel. You can go down and find his channel and my channel in the recommended channels that we have here on Under Controllers. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Anything you want to plug real fast, Chase?
I don't guess we got everything. We got the Discord. Anybody wants to join and talk, we'll be here.
That link's in the description below as well.
Keep everything nice and PG, you know.
Yeah, that
We're
and
all chill.
we've got the link to our Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that's in the description below. And hey, if you like this video, drop a like, and consider subscribing if you guys want to catch more of our content. And hey, be sure you come back Thursday, 3 o'clock. We are posting the Excellent Challenge video. I'm so excited for it, guys. Like it's probably the biggest production we've ever worked on, and I'm super excited to actually see it come out. So go check it out. It's gonna be great.
And if anybody has any recommendations for the 670 challenge
Let us
that
know.
we're gonna do, and that's something.
Comment that down
drop it
below.
in the comments.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye, guys.